welcome our candidate for County Council District 2, JoNelle Fukushima.
Aloha mai kako. I'm really honored to be here, and I'm happy to see so many of you coming to support this very important part of our democracy. So thank you, and thanks to all the candidates for stepping up. This is really tough.
And I'd like to mention that there are actually 5 candidates running for County Council District 2, and only one of them has chosen to be here today. But one thing that is important to know, tell us about your district, where it is.
Yes, absolutely. So my district is the county seat. It's where our government is housed. It is where everybody, no matter where you live on the island, you all end up probably at some point or another doing business in our downtown area, or with our county governments, or at the university. You know, from Pohakuloa all the way down to the bay. That is my district.
Hilo side.
Hilo, on the east side, yes, on the wet side.
Right. So tell us why, well, first of all, tell us more about yourself.
Sure.
What are you doing now, and why did you decide to run?
Okay, so, you know, I didn't wake up one morning and decide to run. I've been planning this for several years. And I waited for my children, who are now adults, to grow up and get stable, so that I would not have the distractions of having to, as a single mom, continue to prepare for my children. So this is a good time in life first to say that. But I'm running because I want county decisions to represent and reflect the people who actually live here. And a lot of times our county decisions, in my opinion, do not reflect everyone. They select certain groups, and maybe people that have housing already, but we have a lot of issues in District 2. You know, our downtown area is absolutely decaying. We have a homelessness problem. We have affordable housing issues, just like the whole island. I think a lot of things are very systemic, but I'm running really to make sure that our county is accountable to the people, to the taxpayers.
Now, JoNelle, you are running against an incumbent, Jen Kagawada.
Yes.
What is Jen not doing that you believe you can do better?
Okay, so Jen has had 2 terms, 4 years, equivalent of a mayor's term, perhaps. And I think one of the promises that she made was we're the only district, first of all, that does not have a CDP, a Community Development Plan. That's Hilo. We're operating on something from 1975. That's the year JAWS came out for all of us older folks. And the thing about that is, without that, that's not going to give us good direction. It's going to be really hard to lead the community without a plan. In addition to that, we have a water management program that we're just starting to take hold of. I'm on that committee, and I'd like to see the two blended. I think that our INA and our resources have to be combined with any community plan that we put in place. So I think Jen has not, unfortunately, risen to that occasion.
What are the first specific things you want to do if you are elected?
Yes. Okay, so I don't know if everyone has been to Hilo Town. I'd like to restore it and make it a historic district from the Lyman Museum all the way down. Not just stamp historic on the buildings, actually make it, we're the last authentic Hawaiian waterfront town in all of Hawaii after Lahaina burned down. And right now it is in active decay. So I do have some plans to bring preservation dollars, tax abatement system for our businesses who are not thriving, who are absolutely just barely hanging on. I think that our county has not been accountable enough to our small business, which is the engine, the economic driver for this island. So,
I just want to add an editorial comment, I guess. My dad served in World War II, and he was stationed at Pearl Harbor on that day. And when I moved here in 1994, my mom and dad came over, and when we went to Hilo, he said, "Oh my gosh, this reminds me so much of Honolulu during the time of the war." You know, the buildings and all that. So, yeah, I applaud that effort.
Yeah, and you know, part of that is that we have a homelessness crisis. It's island-wide. But in Hilo in particular, I have been working for 16 years, several nights a week, on the streets, particularly with the homeless veterans. I am a huge advocate for our vets. I think I'd be one of the first people to ever enter the county council and advocate for our veterans, to be able to get them wraparound services. Right now I'm on an action committee to try to do that. We have a lot of nonprofits. They do not work in unison. Everybody works in silos. That's a real big problem. That's why when they spent $33 million that was unaccounted for, without receipts, metrics, or performance values, we didn't learn much. I want to tell people that I'm very frugal with our money. I'm a working class mother of 3. I'm a safety director for Kenworth, Hawaii, Duluth Trucking, and Kohala Coast Concrete. I am supported today by some of our unions, the ILWU. They support working families by offering fair wages, and I'm a really, really big advocate for getting our people, strengthening our families by increasing the wages to make them fair so that they can afford a home, to afford the things that make life worth living. We need to move from surviving to thriving.
You have a job now. What's your plan if you are elected?
I'm going to keep my job. It keeps me grounded. I'm a working person. That's all I know how to do is work. In fact, people complain about that. I work 7 days a week, and it's doing various. I have a small business downtown. I have a karate dojo. It's been in their community 40 years. I've raised many kids through there, and it's free. It's free because our working parents don't have the money. I remember when my own son was playing football, I couldn't afford a helmet. And I'm happy to say that he has a great father and we had a great relationship to help me, but for a lot of working parents, they just don't have the extra money and their kids fall through the cracks, so it's free. And I've done that for 40 years.
But you said you have another outside job.
Yes.
Working for
Kenworth, yes, safety
right.
director.
Well, you do understand, as a county council member, you'd be making $100,000 a year, and you would be expected to serve and to go to all the county council meetings. We've had one county council member who's missed 9 meetings that I know of because of whatever.
Yes, 44%.
I mean, how are you going to manage doing the
Love it.
county council job, which is a big job?
I love that question. You know why? I'm on the Windward Planning Commission. I've never missed a meeting. It is serious stuff. It's about land use, zoning, and I understand systems, I understand policy, I understand how the inner workings of our county government works. I've worked federal, county, and state. I've also worked in our emergency room. I see the community on its knees, and I see us in the best times. I grew up in Hilo. I watched Hilo when it was in its glory days, and how am I going to keep that doing the same way I'm doing it now? I don't know where I get all the energy I have, people will tell you, but I can do it. I absolutely know that I'm dedicated and committed. And it's not about the money, by the way. I didn't even know that was how much you're going to get paid if you get the job. It's not about the money. This is about civil service, giving back. And by the way, getting our young people involved. We are missing a gap. Our 30 to 45-year-olds I don't see as many in the room. And I think my job is to make leaders, to grow leaders, to bring the next generation forward, and to not wait. Look, if you expect a 2-year term to start on day 1 and you're barely thinking about the issues on that day, you're already behind. You have had to have done your homework, and I have for many years before, and I've had to redraw the plans many times because our economy has changed, our way of living has changed. Everything about us is different. I'm a working person, and I feel it in the pocketbook. I know you do too.
JoNelle Fukushima,
Yes.
before we say aloha to you, give us your final comments, 45 seconds.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say that, growing up in Hilo, growing up on this island, Hawaiian, mixed, I have a lot of aloha for our people, for the struggles of our people. It's real. 48% of our people are barely surviving. We are losing our Hawaiian people at a very alarming rate. We lose 2,000 a year. And it's really hard to integrate our culture and yet move forward into the future. Sometimes people view progress as a dirty word because we want to keep Hilo quaint, the way it was when your father came. And that can be done, but it's not me who has all the answers. I'll be the conductor. I would like to bring our community back the way we did before. I want to get us together by holding quarterly meetings in my district to be very visible, to be accountable, so that when I ask people for their votes, they can see me and find me and say, hey, why are you voting that way? Or what's coming up? I think we have to inform our community and keep it transparent. I'm running for the community. This is the community's campaign. This is not JoNelle Fukushima's campaign. I just want to be your voice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's give her a warm round of applause.
Mahalo.